I refused to visit my grandma because she talked too much. Now I'd give anything to hear her voice again. Grandma lived about 20 minutes away. She was that old school kind of loving, always baking, always calling, always wanting to know if I was eating enough vegetables. When I was little, I adored her. But as I got older, I started pulling away. High school, friends, social media, all the stuff that feels more important than family when you're 16. Every Sunday, my phone would ring and I'd sigh. My mom would yell, "It's Grandma, answer her!" And I'd groan, "Tell her I'm busy doing absolutely nothing that mattered." She always wanted me to visit. She'd say, "I baked your favorite lemon squares." And I'd say, "Maybe next weekend." I told myself she'd always be there, that there would always be another Sunday. When I did go, she'd start talking the second I walked in. About her garden, her neighbors, her aches and pains, stories about back in her day. I'd smile, half listen, check my phone under the table. Once she caught me scrolling and said softly, "You'll miss these talks someday." I laughed. I wish I hadn't. One Sunday she called while I was out with friends. I saw her name pop up and thought, I'll call her back later. I never did. That night my mom came into my room and said, "Grandma's in the hospital." She had a stroke. I froze. We rushed there, but she was already asleep, hooked up to machines, her once talkative mouth quiet for the first time in my life. The doctor said she might wake up, maybe. So I sat next to her bed and whispered, "Hey Grandma, it's me." But she didn't respond. For 3 days I sat there praying she'd start rambling about her garden again. She never did. She passed away that Friday morning. After the funeral, her phone number stayed in my contacts. Every Sunday at 3 p.m. out of habit, I'd still glance at my phone, waiting for a call that would never come. I started replaying every memory. Every time I sighed when she talked too long, every visit I skipped, every maybe next time. Grief is heavy, but guilt is heavier. Because guilt whispers, you could have done something differently. And it's right. I could have. A month later, my mom handed me a small box. It was filled with cassette tapes, old-fashioned voice recordings, each labeled in Grandma's handwriting, stories for when you're lonely. My chest cracked open. I found an old tape player and pressed play. Her voice filled the room, warm, steady, familiar. "Hi, sweetheart. If you're hearing this, I probably talked your ear off again. But that's okay. One day you'll realize talking is just how I show love." I listened to every tape, her favorite recipes, her childhood memories, even a silly story about her cat stealing her dentures. I laughed and cried until the batteries died. I used to think love was about doing things, buying gifts, showing up for big events. But Grandma taught me love can be as simple as someone wanting to tell you stories. Because when people talk to you endlessly, it's not about the words, it's about the connection. And when they stop talking, you realize how loud silence can be. Now every time my mom calls, I answer, no matter what I'm doing. I listen even when she repeats herself, because someday that voice will be gone too, and I refuse to learn